Hi, this is Craig and welcome to another episode of Cruising Off Duty. If you've been following the channel, you know we're in the middle of a transatlantic sailing series, covering everything from the basics of provisioning to casting off and going out into the big blue Atlantic Ocean to do the 3,000 nautical mile passage from the Canary Islands to St. Lucia. In this episode, the crazy, weird things keep happening to me. You know how in previous episodes I had a flying fish fly through my hatch and flop around in my shower? Well, in this one, I'm sitting in the dark and I get hit in the head by a bird. That's right, a bird in the middle of the night. Then we get visited by a massive pod of dolphins that just never tired of swimming in our bow. And in water that was just crystal clear, seeing the dolphins diving down deep and coming back up to the surface. Everyone on board is Canadian except for Dan, who's American, and it happened to be the American Thanksgiving. So we decided to celebrate it in style, with the closest thing we could get to a turkey, stuffing, and mashed potato type of meal that we would have back home. We also got to celebrate the Neptune Point, which is where we're 870 miles away from land in any direction. All that and much more coming up in this episode of Cruising Off Duty. Okay, we have another castaway at middle of the night. Well, it's 6:30 in the morning, but it's darkest as hell out here. Something went flying right through my hair while I was sitting here on this chair. And I thought for sure it had to be a flying fish because what else would fly into a boat? But it's actually a bird, a little tiny bird. Paul's trying to catch it with a towel. There's a wee little bird. Okay, that was strange. Battery unfortunately died on this camera just as I was trying to show you Paul walking the bird out, but here's the story. So I'm sitting over there in the dark. We only have this one red light over the nav station. I'm sitting over in these chairs over there in the dark, trying to rest my eyes while Paul's taking his turn at the helm, and I feel something go right through my hair, and I'm inside the galley. I'm like the only thing that could fly through my hair would be a flying fish. So I'm gross, some flying fish just flew into our galley. So I called Paul and we come in and we're looking for this fish. Usually they flop around and make a lot of noise. So I was like, why can't I hear this fish? And it ended up being a little blackbird. And I don't think it looked like a water bird. It looks like just a small black bird. So anyways, poor bird's probably way out at sea and can't figure out where land is. Saw us going by and we're the only lit thing around. Figured this was a safe haven to land and ended up flying right through the window into the galley and hit me in the head. What a strange. First we have a flying fish fly through our tiny hatch into our shower and flop around on the floor until we woke up. And now I have a bird almost peck me off in the face. So it's been a strange trip so far. Okay, I finished my watch and it's the start of day 9. We finally have a bit of a sunrise. No, it's 9. He's just trying to be funny. He's not funny, but he's trying to be funny. It's day 9 and we don't ever get sunrises that start right from the water. Oh, there's a dead fish beside me. We always seem to have this haze that goes, you know, like 2 fingers from the water to the sun before it finally shows up. And as I'm looking at this beautiful sunrise, I have to look down at this dead fish, dead flying fish. Oh, there's another dead flying fish. There's 2 dead flying fish.
You guys been clean the deck again?
That's your job. That's day shift. Day shift job. And there's another dead flying fish. I wonder how many other dead flying fish we have. There's another dead flying fish. Will you keep the boat stable, please? I need something to grab all these.
Hang on, I'll make it stable.
Can you throw? I need something to pick these things up with.
About 10 miles or so over.
Oh, is that another ship?
Just talking to that ship over there. We're hundreds of miles away from land and we get within 2 miles of each other. That's pretty rare. They're speaking English, but I don't think English is their first language. They kind of misunderstood her question, which was how far away did you see us on AIS? And they answered, you're 2 miles away, which is what we are now, not what we were when they first saw us. So today we had the spinnaker off to the starboard side like one big Genoa because we're going not completely downwind.
We get it stuck and you let that out. Or you go on the other side once we get it down and release the port sheet. Yeah, attack.
And so now we're taking it down because the wind is just too weak. We're only getting 4 knots, so we're gonna douse it.
Flying it like a Jennifer.
Yeah. And it did well for a while there. We were getting over 5 knots, but now things have died. So as you see, this is how he douses it with the sock. Voila, it's down. We have an egret that's been staying on our mast for all day, pretty much. Even when we did spinnaker up, he was up there. We take the spinnaker down, he stays up there. He's permanently living on our boat. Okay, welcome to day 10 of our passage. Beautiful stuff. Finally starting to get less haze by the water, so we can actually sort of see the sun earlier. Not quite perfect yet, but better than it was when we were close to Africa. Still looking for that perfect sunrise where the sun just comes up over the water. When it happens, I'll make sure you get to see it as well. Haven't seen it yet, or a sunset. But we've already gone around and taken off the usual 4 to 5 dead flying fish on our boat. And bioluminescence last night like usual. So a lot of these days seem like they're the same day over and over again. Like deja vu. Bioluminescence at night, flying fish in the morning. Today I didn't get hit in the head with a bird or a fish or anything else, so it's a good day. So anyways, we'll see what day 10 has to offer. Yesterday, day 9 was kind of interesting with the drone footage / almost losing the drone into the water. And I don't know what's going to happen today, so we'll see. When I find out, you'll see it as well. Okay, so day 10, and like the last 2 days, not quite enough wind for the jib Genoa combination, so we're going to do spinnaker again. As you can see it up there, they are getting ready to hoist the spinnaker for the 3rd day in a row. So yeah, I'm just the helmsman for now. Every other day it's gone smooth.
I need somebody here to give me a hand.
That is up.
Yeah, it's not up.
I think that's as up as you're going to get it. Bringing it back down. I guess it got bound up. You collapsing it all the way down?
Yeah.
Okay, after a bit of a struggle, I had to go and drop the camera and go up and help. We finally got it up. I think our problem was that our halyard on our spinnaker was too high up, and therefore the sock couldn't get all the way to the top, and therefore not all the spinnaker was out. Well, we got it lowered and adjusted and relaunched, and all is well in the world. Oh, that's nice. We got 12 knots of true wind, and we're traveling downwind about 6 knots. No, 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 to 6 knots. So that's acceptable. After 9 days at sea, we finally got bored enough to go around and find all the cushions that should have been in the cockpit and got them installed.
Why we didn't do it, Daryl? Well, explain that absolutely nothing happened today, so we decided nothing happened today.
Okay, day 10. Not a whole hell of a lot happened today. Hardly any wind. Nothing happened today, according to Dave. We took the spinnaker down because we were getting nowhere.
An exercise right now, trying to figure out how to put the cushions together.
Yeah, it's like a jigsaw puzzle.
We just got such hot weather today, we're finding it's too hot inside.
Yeah, we have to sit outside. And since we're going downwind, sitting on the front of the boat doesn't actually give you any breeze. We never did find this one over here, did we?
No, we think that's the one that's up around hydraulic line.
Okay, that's it for now. I will reshoot some when we finally have the covers and it looks all pretty. Here is the final product. So damn pretty. Right, Dave? So damn pretty. Dave doesn't like pretty. End of day 10. Fairly uneventful day, like no wind. That's why we're motoring. A beautiful sky. We just finished playing Wizard, which is a card game. Down there, we just finished having that. I just wanted to make sure I captured the sky before we call it a day. Day 11 and another light wind, downwind sail with the spinnaker.
More control when you got the one end. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like deja vu. Every day seems the same.
Honey, it looks very pretty.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Drone again.
Ground spinnaker.
It's the Groundhog Day passage. Every day is the same.
It's a ground spinnaker day.
Ground? What kind of spinnaker is that?
The ground spinnaker day.
I know.
Dream up a world of pirates. Climb the highest tree fall.
Got a very clear horizon, and when the sun sets me cold, you'll see the green flash.
Sail home, sweet home, where the ships must go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day.
Okay, as you just saw, that was a beautiful sunset. Beautiful. Best one we've had yet. It's the first time there hasn't been dust or haze or whatever comes from Africa right down near the waterline where we always miss our sunset and our sunrise. This was a perfect one. Still a little hazy, but that could be humidity, so it didn't get the green flash that I was hoping to see for the first time in my life, but oh well, another day. There'll be more sunsets. So wrapping up day 11, it sounds like a broken record, I know, but this is what we've been doing all day, sailing really slowly with a spinnaker. And it's estimated we won't get to St. Lucia till the 3rd, maybe even the 4th, and my flight is the 2nd, so I'm gonna miss it, which I'm sad about. But what can you do? Can't motor all the time, we don't have that much fuel, so we gotta do the best we can with the wind we have, which is the spinnaker is the best sail for low wind. So we're gonna sail all night tonight for the first time with the spinnaker up, because we can't afford the fuel to motor. So first night sailing through the night with a spinnaker. Hopefully it all goes well. Okay, welcome to day 12. And starting the day with a beautiful sunrise. Even though the plan was to sail all night with the spinnaker, there was just no wind. So we relented partway through the night and fired up the engines, as you can probably hear in the background. So at least we're making some forward progress. Although we've dropped the RPMs quite a bit. We used to do 2,250 RPM. Now we're doing like 1,600, trying to save fuel so we can maybe motor a few more times when we have absolutely no wind. But we're certainly not doing the speeds necessary to get me to the end by December 2nd. And unless the wind picks up, we're never going to make it there in time for my flight. So we will have to cross that bridge when we get there. But that's the update so far. If anything exciting happens today, I'll let you know. Talk to you later. Here's what it looks like when you're motoring, no wind. Weird thing is there's always kind of this, like these swells that go by even though there's no real waves. So every once in a while the boat just does this lean to the left, lean to the right thing. But man, it is dead calm today. Beautiful to look at. If you're not in a rush to go anywhere, this is very comfortable. But yeah, I'm getting a little stressed. Every day that goes by, there's less chance that we're going to be able to make up the difference. And, you know, less time to speed up and get that windy day. It might not be enough now. I think we need 2 or 3 really windy days, and the long-term wind forecast is not for wind. So yeah, looking bleak. Janice has already said she's going to call the airline and see if there's any way I can cancel that ticket without having to forego all the money and get another ticket. I'll have to call work and tell them I'm not going to be home back in time. I had a course actually scheduled for the Monday, so I was hoping to fly back on the Saturday, get home on the Sunday, and go to this course on Monday. But I probably won't make it. So at some point I'll have to call work and tell them I'm not going to make the course and try and figure out how to cancel an airline ticket and get another one without, in essence, throwing away the old money and spending new money. Oh, we'll see what happens. All right, Dolphins on day 12.
There's like 20 of them up here.
Oh, is there? Let me get on the old seat. Oh, nice. Look at them all. Wow. Look at how clear the water is.
Isn't it perfect?
Holy crap.
Being blue.
Woohoo!
That is fabulous. Hey guys.
We're not going fast enough to really push them though, eh?
No, I don't think we're capable of pushing these. Look at us like you see they look up at us.
That is so clear. This is way more clear than it was the first time we saw them. That's amazing. Hello. Look at these ones looking sideways at us.
Baby one with her mom right on the left.
They're looking up at us from the side. Hello. I don't even know where to point the camera. There's so many of them. They're everywhere. They're over here. They're over here. There's some even way over there. There's so many. Crazy. That's a little baby one there.
Yeah.
They can go a long way before they have to breathe, eh? They all came up at once.
Even the babies don't need to breathe that often.
No, those ones went deep. It's funny they don't gasp, eh? They just sort of take like a really easy breath.
Yeah. You make everything look so effortless.
Like these two haven't breathed there.
Yeah, considering they're working so hard.
You'd think they'd be like, some back here. More over here. Okay, this is the longest I've ever seen dolphins at the front of our boat anyway. Saw them on the first day, we haven't seen them since then, but check this out. I've been filming it with my GH5, now my GH4 with the wide angle lens. And they've been here for a while. Like, I thought they'd give up by now, but they keep going. It's pretty impressive. Like, well, it's on my bucket list, and we saw them on the very first day, and then I haven't seen them since then. It's always good to see them, and to see them for this long is surprising to me. There must have been at least 20 at one point. I think a few have given up on the game, but there's still probably 6. At one point there was so many.
So we were gonna make a mock Thanksgiving dinner with chicken breast and stuffing and everything. And when we thought of the chicken breast, it was chicken strips. So we've invented this Thanksgiving dish that's layers of chicken and stuffing and cranberries. And that's the thing about cruising, you just always improvise with
Yes.
whatever you have.
Looks delicious.
And who knows,
Pretty
maybe
amazing.
we invented a fabulous new
To be
recipe.
over 800 miles from any land, and we're having this fantastic dinner.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
It looks so good.
Maybe you see dessert.
And this is the American Thanksgiving, just so everybody knows.
Yes,
Having
yes.
American Thanksgiving in
Because
honor
Dan
of our
is-
crew, Dan.
Yeah,
Our sole American surrounded by us Canadians.
exactly.
Very good sport.
So we thought we'd celebrate his Thanksgiving. Also, it's a special day, right, Paul? The Neptune Point, our Neptune Point. You want to explain what that
We're
is?
calling it our Neptune Point Day, which means Neptune Point is in the Southern Ocean. It's the furthest you can ever get from land.
But for our cruise, today is the day that we're the furthest we are going to be from land on this cruise.
That's
which
awesome.
is something like 870 miles away from land.
That's awesome. So we get
It's
2
French
reasons to
Guiana.
celebrate. Yeah.
French Guiana and the Cape Verde Islands.
Awesome. Cool. So we're doing this special day when we are a little bit past halfway. We have 1,243 nautical miles left to St. Lucia. I don't know if you can see that down here. And we're estimated to get there at the speed we're going, which isn't very fast, 5.7, 5.4 knots on the 4th of December. And as per usual, we have the spinnaker out. Fairly light winds, I mean 10, 11 knots of wind, downwind. Apparent, giving us, 6, 7 knots of apparent wind. So, would love it to be faster, but at least we're moving. Today was forecast to be almost dead calm. So the fact that we're sailing at all is quite a feat in itself. We were expecting to be drifting on this day we're doing Thanksgiving dinner. So all the American viewers, this is your Thanksgiving.
Cheers and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers. Cheers.
And to all of you, such a joy to be sailing with you.
Excellent. Excellent food.
Ready? We'll try last time. That's all we're doing.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Quick shot of the wind instrument.
Okay. Perfect. Everyone's eyes open. Everyone's in the frame. The man of the hour smiling. Good. Everyone's rolling his eyes like, oh.
We are
You know,
happy that you're giving us an excuse.
perfect.
And now is dessert time. So what is it? Alex, explain it.
It is, we have a cranberry puree with ginger in it, and then we have a cookie crumble with nuts, and the pear all has hot rum sauce over it.
Nice.
I know.
So thanks a lot, Alex.
Cranberry ginger sauce.
I thought we were going to flambe this.
Another thing we forgot.
On a boat. Flames on a boat. Well, that's the end of day 12. We had an awesome Thanksgiving dinner, even though we're not American. Dan seemed to enjoy it. He's gone off to bed because he's got watch later. But I'm pointing out this beautiful sky that we have as we sail slowly downwind. The highlight of today was definitely the dolphins at the beginning that were jumping in front of the boat, and then this awesome dinner, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, it feels like every other day. Slow wind sailing downwind. Well, that's the end of days 9 through 12. It was beautiful. It may not be harrowing with high winds like I was kind of hoping we'd get, but we're getting to see dolphins and sunsets. Hopefully you liked the episode. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Also share the link with your friends or anybody you might think might find this interesting or educational. There's plenty more of the Transatlantic Sailing series coming up, so subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. In the next episodes, you're going to see that we start catching fish. We catch a tuna, we catch a mahi-mahi, and we catch a dorado, which was interesting and entertaining, especially when Dave caught the dorado because he made it sound like he was bringing in Moby Dick. So stay tuned for that. I want to do a special thanks to the patrons to support the channel. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. If you enjoy the channel and want to support it as well, you can go to patreon.com/cruisingoffduty. Well, until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you safe cruising.